Hello. Some of you might wonder what is going to happen with the world. This is a serious question, I believe. Uh, Even if many of you might think that everything is just normal and what is going on right now with this spreading disease is just something that is temporary and everything will be back to normal in a short period of time. Those of you that believe so do so because you ignore the background that lies behind the events that are unfolding day by day. Therefore, I would like to reveal to you some small clues about what you can expect from the future and why these are the things you can expect. First of all, this global event is very meaningful in a negative way for all of us because it implies that things will never be the same for humanity. So it has been where this disease first appeared and began spreading. In that country, it is a real nightmare because of many things that happen. The control over the population is staggering in the degree it is happening. We may think that here in the Western world things are different and it will never be like that. But we can expect that it will be quite similar in many ways. We can expect that the military will patrolling the streets, for example, or that our liberties will be shortened down definitely from this point in history. You might refuse to believe this, many of you, but there are evidence that point out that this is really going to be the case. The reason why this is so is because there is something very dark that lies behind all political events and random events like the one that is going on right now. But you need to know that nothing is random. Events seem to be so, but always there is a reason that is manufactured by these dark forces that steer humanity towards the new totalitarian globalist dictatorship. In this dictatorship, it is meant to be that it is a real hell for all of us. It already is in so many ways, but most people still don't realize this is so. And this is getting worse and worse. We will never be able to walk peacefully in the streets like we used to do. Because, as I said, the levels of security with this justification will most probably remain forever. Perhaps it will tone down a little bit, but once the measures are implemented, once the earth becomes a global police state with military on the streets, this tendency to control the population with the excuse of safety will remain, because that is the real intention behind all of this. The disease that is spreading is looking like just that excuse to implement these new measures of control all around. If we look at the number of cases of death so far, we can see that it is very reduced, and the real cause of the disease is likely to be unknown. They pretend they have found and seen what kind of pathological agent it is, and when this is so, they say it is genetically engineered, but in any case, they are hyping it up, or what's happening with their propaganda, so that measures can be implemented as much and as quick as possible. These dark forces that lie behind the events are stemming from a historical and ancient background of humanity. What we are told in school about the origins of humanity is most probably a lie if we look at the evidence that is coming up nowadays. But the official version of everything is what we are supposed to believe in if we want to be deemed as sane. there is a real control on what we think, what we believe, and the perspective from which we see things. This is meant to be so, and this control is wider and wider as days go by. There are issues that I have been informed and should be avoided to talk about here if one wants to avoid being censored, because they have made these algorithms that block the videos if certain words are mentioned. For example, one thing they absolutely want to avoid information that is alternative to come out in to the public is this about these things that they so often inject people to avoid disease, as they say. That is something that is very taboo to talk about everywhere, and there is an official version that we are taught to believe and forced to believe. That is what most people are forced to believe, since all the alternative information is being deleted automatically. So if we take in account all these circumstances, you can understand how important it is to be well informed and to realize that there might be more darkness than we want to see. We usually see what we want to see. Our perception is very biased on our irrational tendencies, but the reality is out there, and will hit us sooner than we expect.